Okay, reading from the Hammer. These are your notes for October 5th, 2013. He works at an all-girls high school. He works at an all-boys high school. He works at a co-ed high school. Co-ed high school. I forgot. My mother-in-law, not my law and mother. She might be dead today is wrong. She might die today is correct. She could go at any moment is conversational English. Maybe it's best. Maybe it's for the best. This is an expression we use when something bad happened or will happen, and it's bad and it's sad, but maybe that's the best. So maybe it's better that she pass away because she is suffering. The vet suggested we put her down. Vet is short for veterinarian, which is English for Jewy. The vet suggested we put her to sleep. A smart woman like her can't be happy with an ordinary man, so her husband must be exceptional. My mother-in-law was one of the only experts on Yorkies in Japan. Please remember the expression, she's an expert on nani nani. How's your mother-in-law's health? I made a mistake here. It says how in, not how in, how is. How's your mother-in-law's health? That's a typo. Please fix it. She's fine. She bought a male Yorkie from England about 50 years ago. It costs 200,000 yen. Or she bought a male Yorkie from England about 50 years ago. It was 200,000 yen. You don't need costs. It's easier. It was 200,000 yen. His name was Brewski. He was a craft winner. Or he was an award-winning dog from the craft show. When my wife told me that, I was impressed that my mother-in-law had bought a dog from England. Did she go to England? No, she's never been to England. She had it sent to her from England. Remember, have nani nani kakubunshi is shite morao. Shite moratta. She had it sent to her from England. In those days, air shipping was very expensive, so she had it shipped by sea. Why did she stop breeding Yorkies? She got old. She bred over 200 Yorkies. What did her husband do? He was a businessman. His death was sudden. My mother-in-law noticed he was cold. She was surprised and called us. I answered the phone. I caught the phone, we don't say. I answered the phone. I go to bed just around midnight, or I go to bed around just before midnight. I go to bed at around just before midnight. Let me fix that. I go to bed around midnight. I go to bed just before midnight. I go to bed at around just before midnight. I go to bed around just before midnight. I go to bed just before midnight. I go to bed. If you put in around, it sounds confusing. You know why? Just before means around. It's the same. So you don't need around. I go to bed just before midnight. I go to bed around midnight. It's the same thing. Recently, my age has been catching up with me, and I feel a little tired. Fatigued is correct, but we don't use it conversationally. He leaves work at 7:30. He gets off work at 7:30. I leave after he leaves. Again, same problem. At around 8 p.m. At almost 8 p.m. I get home at just before 9:30 p.m. I use the express train. It costs 870 yen. They must reimburse you. To reimburse someone is a business expression we use to explain paying someone back. He has to reimburse you. I have to almost always stand on the regular train. So if I take the regular train, I almost always have to stand. But I can sit down on the way to work. I can sit down if I take the express train. I can always sit down on the way to work. The media criticized MLIT for many things. What do you think of the new maglev train? What do you think of the new maglev train? What do you think of the new maglev train? Give me your opinion. Don't give me facts. Give me your opinion. I'm proud of new Japanese technology. On the bullet train, on the new maglev train, there is a... Oh, I'm sorry. On the bullet train, there's a smoking section, but there will be no smoking section on the new maglev train. Remember that letter you wrote to the train company, Kintetsu, and you asked them to make a no-speaking train? Whatever happened to that? I got no answer. They never answered. They never emailed me back. They never answered me. Maybe they've rejected my suggestion. Well, in Switzerland, they have trains just like that. They have a no-speaking train, a no-talking train. Oh, that's hopeful news. That's heartening news. That's a little formal, but it's okay. Why will the new maglev train prohibit smoking? Because smoke will spread throughout the train, and that smoke has to be expelled outside. But the new train will travel almost 40 to 50 meters underground. So they have to... So they would... I'm sorry. They would have to... Mistake. They would have to build a smoking duct just to expel the smoke. And that's more expensive. That's your lesson for today. Thank you for studying with me. And I don't know when I'll see you again, but until then, have a nice, good luck and study hard.